Hey everyone, Terry Beck here with Family eBiz, where we help families start and scale online businesses. Today, what I'm talking about is a topic that you, my audience, has struggled with. You see, we are publishing this in the end of January, and in December, I took a poll. And one of the biggest challenges for a lot of you is this. You have people getting all your freebies, but no one's really buying. And so we have to figure out, how do we do this? People are watching, but they're not buying. How do we fix that? Well, let's take a step back. Let's just think about this. Engagement does not equal trust, which does not equal sales. Sometimes the wrong people are watching you. So let's talk about what's going on and how we can fix this problem. So if likes paid the bills, most of us would be rich now, right? Get all sorts of likes on social media. You're showing up, you're being consistent. People are listening, watching, subscribing, but your sales feel stuck. You just have crickets. And you're like, what is wrong? Let's take a step back and look at this. It's not a motivation on your part. It's a messaging and trust gap. Your message is not matching with them and their need of whatever their problem is, and they don't have any trust in you because your messaging is mixed up. You see, likes, listens, comments, that is attention getting. Sales require confidence, clarity, and trust. What's the difference between attention and decision content? Attention content is, that was helpful. Thank you. Decision content is, I trust you so much, I'm going to take the next step with you. Do you see the difference between attention, getting their attention, and then them making a decision? This is really true. I don't know if y'all have heard of Beatrix Potter, but she's very famous for her illustrations with Peter Rabbit. She became a huge commercial success, but initially her manuscript was rejected, even though everyone loved her artwork. So, what did she do? She chose to self publish first, and that proved demand and it proved credibility. And after she self published, she didn't even have to go to the publishers, they were coming to her, not the other way around. So what does that have to do with you and your business? You see, people admired her work. That was getting attention. But publishers didn't trust the business case yet. Trust was built when she had proof, consistency, and clarity, not popularity. Just like your audience may like your content, but they're not ready to buy till they see some more proof. Your audience knowing you, who you are, does not mean the same as trusting you with their money, right? So let's dive a little deeper into content. Attention content are things like tips, how-tos, quick inspiration, entertaining or relatable posts. It's good. It's good information, and we can put stuff out there, and we need attention getting content. A decision content is stories of struggle and a solution, clear beliefs about this situation or this idea, and what are the boundaries, explaining why your way works better than anyone else, and then showing what happens after someone says yes. That's that transformation. And if you're not sharing transformation, you're just putting it out there. People don't see themselves in needing whatever it is you're giving. There's a man named James Dyson. As I tell the story, you'll probably remember his name better. He created 5,126 failed prototypes before he produced a vacuum that really worked. Dyson vacuums. Early on, people did not buy because the idea was brand new and so unfamiliar. They're like, why do I need this? So he did not sell the features of his vacuum. He sold why this method works differently and how it can help, a housewife that's staying at home and cleaning, or maybe a cleaning service. Once consumers understood the reason why behind that design, trust followed and sales skyrocketed. So the product didn't change. The story and the explanation did. What are you doing to sell your item? You don't need to change the product. You don't need to make new products. You need to think about how are you presenting it to your audience. See, people don't buy innovation until they understand why it matters. Your audience needs clarity in making that decision as well. You see, if your content never explains why, people are just stay entertained. They're not converted. So you have got to explain why they should buy it and be very clear about it. Clarity is probably one of the biggest things. Everyone just sort of throws up on someone on the page and they can't really understand why they need this. All right, so that's attention and decision type content. What about likes and listens? They do not signal sales. Why? People engage with you, but they don't buy. Why? They like you, but they don't see themselves as buyers yet. They don't know what to do next because you're not clear. They don't feel any urgency. They don't even understand what is a transformation. The hard truth is this: some of your audience may never be your buyers. That's okay. Let them unsubscribe because clarity is going to attract the right people. You be clear. Starbucks did not go out and try to appeal to every coffee drinking person. They focused on an experience and an identity in this coffee shop. And people paid more because of the experience and they trusted that brand promise that Starbucks was putting out. So when you speak to everyone, buyers don't hear themselves. I work with business owners, content creators, and I have a lot of people in the homeschool market. That's just because that's where I started. And if I ask who's your ideal audience or customer, let's just say customer, you know what they say? Homeschoolers. I'm like, okay, let's drill down. You've got to narrow it. I mean, that is so broad. If you don't know specifically how you are helping homeschoolers, you're not going to make any sales. It's just too general. So for me, y'all have heard me talk about my flagship product, Raising Leaders, Not Followers. That is what I'm all about. I want people that are so overwhelmed, they stressed out, they don't know if they're doing the right thing. I want to bring them into my journey and show them the transformation that I had, but then plenty of other moms had as well when they started using leadership education. And so I have to be very clear. I work with those type of people. You've got to get more specific than homeschoolers, or more specific than weight loss, or more specific than copywriting. You've got to get more specific and be clear about that. So you're not speaking to everyone because buyers don't hear themselves. They need to identify with whatever you're saying. Now, what is the bridge between a free offer and the paid offer? A lot of you put some great free content out there, but let me ask you this. Does your free content point them somewhere? Does it create awareness of a problem that you saw? Let's be honest, most of you don't. You're just throwing it up and hoping someone signs up for your email list, and you don't have a funnel. That's a whole nother story. But if you don't even have an idea, your free item, I've said this so many times, has got to lead to a paid item as well. So your content should answer, when you are putting it out there, these three questions. Why does this matter? Why now? Why should they get it now? And why me? Why should I buy from you? So those are some things. Attention content versus decision content. Likes and listens don't equal sales. And you've got to have a bridge between your free to your paid. Now, I've got some homework for you, and then I've got a resource that I think will help you. First of all, I think you need to take an audit of your content. I actually have a free business audit workbook that you can get, and we'll put that wherever you're listening to it in the show notes. But I want you to look at your last 10 posts or last 10 emails, last 10 episodes, and I want you to label each one of them as one of these. Does it provide value? Does it tell a story? Hopefully a transformation story. Does it offer something? If you have zero offers in those 10, your last 10 things, you are struggling, and that's the bottleneck. If your offers are vague, that's a bottleneck too. So at least just audit. We're not going to go do anything, but at least audit. That's number one. Number two, homework is this. And I would say for each of those 10 things, put one clear call to action on all of it. Join my download, book a call with me, whatever it happens to be. One very clear call to action. All right. Don't put five call to actions in one email. Clarity beats options. A confused mind does not buy. All right. And if you need some help sort of thinking through as we move forward, our business marketing roadmap might be a good guide for you as well. We'll put that in the show notes as well. As a bonus, maybe you share one personal story this week, a mistake you made, a lesson learned, a turning point. I've shared plenty of my mistakes. It took me a while. I had to get rid of that pride. But trust grows faster when people see there's a human behind that website. They don't buy because they don't care. They don't buy because they're not confident yet. Your job isn't louder marketing. It is clearer leadership. It's clear content. So they know exactly what it is that they need to do. Hey, if one thing in this episode helped you, would you please share this with another business owner, someone that creates content, a blogger, a podcaster? I'm sure it will help them as well, especially if they're not making sales. It would mean the world to me. And also, if you would just give us a 5-star review on whatever system you're listening, that would be great. I am Carrie Beck with Family eBiz. We'll talk to you next time.